morning class. Welcome back to your social studies class. I hope you all have seen the video which I have sent yesterday. We have started our third chapter, weather and climate. In the previous video we have discussed about that what is weather and what is climate, and then we have discussed that what are the different factors which affect weather as well as climate. So today we are going to discuss our last topic of this chapter, which is climatic or heat zones. So on the basis of rainfall and temperature, the earth is divided into three zones. The first one is the torrid zone, the second is the temperate zone, and the third is frigid zone. So we will discuss about these zones one by one, that how these zones are categorized on the basis of temperature and rainfall. So we are starting with our first zone, which is the torrid zone. So students, here you can see we have made this picture earlier in our second chapter, in which we have discussed about the lines, parallel lines or latitudes. There we have learned that equator is a line which divides the earth into two equal halves. So this equator has divided this earth into two equal halves. The upper portion is called northern hemisphere and the lower portion is called southern hemisphere, and these are the latitudes which are also known as parallels. So here we know that this is the place which is near the equator. So we are discussing about the first climatic zone, which is the torrid zone. So in this you can see that torrid zone lies between the Tropic of Cancer of north and Tropic of Capricorn on south. So the torrid zone is a place which is torrid zone, climatic zone is found on the places which are near the equator. We have discussed that the places which are on the equator or near the equator receives the direct sun rays. So the torrid zone is that form of climatic zone in which the climate is very hot, and the reason is that because these areas receives the direct sun rays, so that's why the climate in torrid zone is very hot. The sun shines very brightly, due to which the temperature started increasing. We have also discussed that the places which receive maximum sun rays have very much rainfall due to the process of evaporation. That means the places which are located near the equator receives very heavy rainfall. So torrid zone, the location of torrid zone is, the torrid zone lies between Tropic of Cancer in the north and Tropic of Capricorn in the south. So the climate here is very hot and humid throughout the year. Here we can see that the places which are on equator receives the direct sun rays. That's why the climate of torrid zone is very much hot. Then now we will discuss about our second climatic zone, which is temperate zone. Here you can see that there is a north temperate zone and one is south temperate zone. So these zones lies between torrid zone and frigid zone, torrid zone and frigid zone. So the second climatic zone, which is temperate zone, is discussed with the help of this diagram. Yes, we can also say that temperate zones are lies between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in northern hemisphere, and south temperate zone lies between Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in southern hemisphere. So this is the location of north temperate zone and south temperate zone. So climate here in north temperate zone and south temperate zone is not very hot or not very cold. The reason is that these zones are far away from the equator. So these regions does not receive the direct sun rays on their area. That's why the climate is not very hot and not very cold. So this is our second climatic zone, which is temperate zone, which lies between Tropic of Cancer Circle in Northern Hemisphere and Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in Southern Hemisphere. Now we will discuss about the third climatic zone, which is Frigid zone. So this zone lies between Arctic Circle and North Pole in Northern Hemisphere and Antarctic Circle and South Pole in Southern Hemisphere. So frigid zone location is between Arctic Circle and North Pole in Northern Hemisphere, Antarctic Circle and South Pole in Southern Hemisphere. So the climate which is found in frigid zone is very cold because the distance of these zones from equator is very far away. The reason is that the sun rays does not give so much heat in these areas, so the climate of these zones is extremely cold. So the rivers of Arctic circles and Antarctic circles covered with snow throughout the air. So here we have discussed that there are three climatic zones on which our earth is divided. The first one was torrid zone. Torrid zone lies between Tropic of Cancer in Northern Hemisphere and Tropic of Capricorn in Southern Hemisphere. The climate in torrid zone is very hot. Why? Because this region is very close to the equator and receives direct sun rays from the sun. Then we have second climatic zone, which is temperate zone. So temperate zone lies between Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in Northern Hemisphere, Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in Southern Hemisphere. The climate of temperate zone is not very hot and not very cold. The reason is that because these areas receive slanting sun rays from the sun, that's why the climate here is not very hot and not very cold. Then the last climatic zone was frigid zone. So frigid zone lies between Arctic Circle and North Pole in Northern Hemisphere and Antarctic Circle and South Pole in Southern Hemisphere. Here we can see the distance between the frigid zone and equator is so much that the sun rays less amount of sun rays. That's why the climate here is very much cool. So this was all about our chapter, which was weather and climate, right? So now we will discuss about its keywords. So the first keyword in your books is altitude. So what is altitude? We have discussed the distance from sea level is called altitude. Then the second keyword is humidity. Humidity means the amount of moisture present in air is called humidity. Then weather, we have discussed in our first video that weather is a condition of atmosphere. So what are the terms which are included in atmosphere? Air pressure, temperature, wind, rainfall and humidity. Then heat zones, we have discussed here that according to the rainfall, we have divided the earth into three zones which are known as climatic or heat zones. Next, frigid zone is the one that is the coldest zone. Temperate, the zone that is neither too hot nor too cold. And the last one, torrid zone. Torrid zone, the zone that receives the direct rays of the sun. So this was your keywords. You all have discussed all these keywords in your chapter. Then we will discuss about tick the right answers. A person who studies weather is called. You all have to find out this. A person who studies the weather is called what? So you all have to find out. Then second, places near the sea coast get dash rain. So the places which are located near the sea receive maximum rain. So more rain. The height of a place above the sea level is attitude, altitude, your pressure. So the answer is altitude. Then the amount of moisture present in the air is called steam or humidity. And the last, the areas lies between 23.5 north north and 66.5 degree north is known as, here you can see the area between 23.5 degree north and 66.5 degree north is called north temperate zone. So you all have to find out the first, tick the correct option, which is the person who study weather is called what, right? So these are the very short questions. We will discuss these questions later on. Then you all have some activities here on page number 26. On the given outline map of the world, show the various climatic regions, use different colors and label them. You have to find out that this is the outline map of the world. There are different climatic regions you have to find out, and then for that you have to use different colors. You all have to try. If you find out, then you can fill it. Then next is for each condition give an example. We have to give the example like altitude Shimla is cooler than Delhi. Why? Because Shimla is located at very much height as compared to Delhi. That's why the climate of Shimla is colder than Delhi. Then distance from the sea, you have to find out two states that have different climate due to the distance from the sea. Same you have to find out latitude, same you have to find out for direction of winds. Then comes fill in the blanks. Dash affect our daily activity. So which thing affect our daily activity? Weather. Weather affect our daily activity. Different parts of the earth receive sun rays at different angles. At different angles, sun rays reaches different part of the earth. Then the height of a place above the sea level is called, now you all must know, it is called altitude. Then the places located near the coast have a dash climate. So what type of climate is found on those areas which are located near the sea? Yes, moderate climate, right. On the basis of temperature and the rainfall, the earth is divided into dash climatic zones. You all know 3 climatic zones, right. Then these are your true false. Sea breezes moderate the heat over the land surface. You all have to do it by yourself, these true false statements. The rays of the sun directly fall on the equator. Is it true or false? The frigid zone is very hot. Is it true or false? Places close to the sea are very cold. Is this true or false? New Delhi is cooler than Mumbai. You have to find out these true false by yourself. And the last exercise is match the following. High altitude. High altitude. What type of climate is found on high altitude? Extremely cold. Then torrid zone, what type of climate is found in torrid zone? Very hot. Then what type of climate is found in frigid zone? Frigid zone, humid areas and coastal areas. So this thing you all have to do by yourself. So this is your exercise work. So with this we have completed our chapter number 3, weather and climate. And you all have to draw the diagrams of land breeze and sea breeze in the space which is given in your books. Okay students, so this was your chapter. We have completed the exercise work as well. So later on we will discuss the question answers, which are very short and short question answer. I hope you all students understand the topic and are able to complete your exercise by yourselves. Thank you and have a nice day students.